But the interesting thing is this, that's what I'm trying to get to. So I said, Peggy, you already did your homework. You know the hate crime has to be increased nationally, right? And by 150% by Stop AAPI Hate. But national overall hate crime has decreased. I didn't remember what's the number. So I asked them, one of the questions the audience asked is that, have you seen any hate crimes in Cary or Chapel Hill? They said there were zero hate crimes or hate crimes against Asian American the past year during the pandemic.
Hmm.
So, and that's the data they have, right? But think about it, I was very surprised, but kind of not surprised because of the low report rate, because of the barriers, and because of, how do you define racism? It's just really, really hard to define, right? So then, if you have watched the news, you watched a recent, there is an incident just last month in the Cary Greenway. I don't know if you watched the news, the WIRL or somebody, that there is a jogger who is a jogger who definitely commit a violent crime. We thought it was a hate crime. First, he spit on a Middle Eastern man on their face, then grabbed a Chinese elderly, physical assault in front of the family, and also told the daughter. See, this is very scary. And I walk on that greenway all the time. So you ask me if I experienced that. I didn't personally. Does that affect me? Absolutely. I got scared. Now I don't want to go after 7 o'clock. And it's always on my mind. Even my daughter will say, Mom, don't go. Or, I'm making sure my phone is working. But again, back on my point again. And then also the aggressor told the daughter, go home. So, and it was taped and it was all these, evidence was caught by the TV. And then the Cary Safety Department said, after thorough investigation, they decided that it was not a hate crime. It's not a hate crime against Asian American.
Hmm.
So, obviously, I'm sure they did their best. I'm sure that they follow whatever the procedure is. They did the best they can that they know, right? Just like a George Floyd's case. And when was the last time a policeman was convicted? It
Hmm.
took that many years, right? So it's the same thing here. It's just so, the sad part is you knew this is happening in our community. You have the data. You felt it, you heard it, but no, there was no data. You can't even
Hmm.
place a charge against this person. Or Atlanta shooting. I mean, I'm sure that we're going to talk about that. Oh, it's not a hate crime. It's the same thing.
Right.
So I guess, it is just it's just like a really difficult to know. I think the audience was like a really not happy with the result, but I have to say, you know what, we really appreciate the great work you're doing. I'm sure you did the best you can. And uh, but I think that the point that I was trying to make is that it doesn't matter how you define that crime. It matters is it affect our community, affect how I feel or how I act, how I live, it affect my mental health. And the
Hmm.
impact is there.